The following is a hockey podcast out of Vancouver and Surrey, British Columbia. It'll only consist of a lot of puck talk and even more BS, or in actual words, banter and satire. Enjoy, and as always, go Canucks go.
Hey man, we gotta shout out Callum Sandu because he's believing in Nikita Tolopilo since this guy was born.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hey, welcome to the postcast here on Locked On Canucks. My name's Trevor Beggs. That guy's name is Kyle Bhawan. This episode brought to you by FanDuel. Go down the FanDuel app now and get $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Man, oh man, Kyle, this doesn't happen very often, but the Vancouver Canucks with the rare, may I say extremely rare regulation win to talk about, winning 5-4 over the Anaheim Ducks. A team that is tops in the Pacific Division. It's just their second loss on home ice in the last 10 games. The Vancouver Canucks somehow pulled off tonight, Kyle. And you got to shout out to the guy first and foremost, Nikita Tolopilo, the fourth Canucks goalie to play a game this season. And Kyle, I was doing some research on the fly right before the final buzzer. Based on what I'm reading, this guy had the second most impressive rookie performance in Vancouver Canucks goaltending history. No other goalie has stopped more than Nikita Tolopilo has, aside from Thatcher Demko as a rookie.
Wow.
And for this guy to be missing a month of hockey, he played 2 games in Abbotsford over the weekend, but missing a month of hockey, have the groin injury, come up and play behind this defense and win the goddamn game. You got to show the big Belarusian here, Kyle.
Oh, he's from Belarus. He's from Belarus?
He's from Belarus, man.
Do you remember way back in the day when Belarus beat Team Sweden in the Olympics? 2002? Tommy Stahl led that.
I sure do, man.
Yeah, that was a moment. Belarus Bhawan, how about that name?
Ooh.
Yeah.
I prefer Bobby Bhawan, but Belarus Bhawan can work too.
Bobby Bhawan going down the left wing. That's exactly what I want to hear one day, okay? Honestly, where am I going with this? Oh, yeah. What a performance from Tolopolis. How do you say his name?
Tolopilo.
I can say that. Tolopilo. What a performance, man. He battled hard all game long. Sure, there was a couple times where he was, quote unquote, maybe a little out of position and the puck's like, squeezing under him and he's getting lucky here and there. But his battle was what the Canucks needed if they wanted to win this game, because the Canucks cannot play defense. And I know the Ducks are really good, but in reality, guys, hockey players are built different, okay? Well, I guess a lot of athletes are built different, but hockey players, more often than not, again, I've been watching the game for 22, 23, 24 years. Trevor, you know the deal. When you have your third or fourth stringer in net, there's this code, quote unquote, within that locker room where everyone understands they got to tighten it up. But now we've seen this team with Patera and Tolopilo, not do, in fact, look worse. 2 of their worst defensive games, you could argue, especially in the last 10 or 11 games, have been the games where Patera and whatever is playing. Exactly. So it's kind of scary. This team cannot play defense. And the fact that he was able to, again, battle and just make great save after great save after great save after great save, and grade A chances. Both teams had a lot of grade A chances. Give Canucks some of the credit too, but we don't win this game if Tolopilo is not a net. In fact, we lose this game if Kevin Lankin is a net. That's the truth. This was his game. This was his game. He played Tolopilo played unbelievable today. Okay, I was really impressed.
Tolopilo the second.
Yeah. He just had one of those performances where if you're in that locker room post game, you're so proud of him, because you just mentioned, the injuries and him not playing a lot of hockey over the last 30 to 40 days. And the Canucks did him no favors. The Canucks did this defense. Trevor, this is the way I look at it. Okay. Again, I don't want to talk about the specifics and the ins and outs of the X's and O's of today's game, but this is the way I look at this. Okay. Should the Canucks play like this the whole way through? Just screw defense, don't even overthink it. Just tell the boys, play all the offense you want. Is that a better recipe for success than trying hard, or trying to be disciplined? You can argue that the Canucks don't have the horses to play like the Ducks. I know. But this team cannot play defense. So maybe Adam Foote should be like, yo, just play offense. No offense. We suck ass at defense. Play offense.
Oh, Kyle, I would love to agree with you, but I think you hit the nail on the head. This Canucks team does not have the speed. They do not have the horses to play Anaheim Ducks hockey. And the Anaheim Ducks were exactly who we thought they would be coming into this game. And I've been keeping an eye on the Anaheim Ducks, considering the fact that they're a division rival and they've been, playing really well this season. But they are a fast team, Kyle. Like, they're maybe the fastest team that I've seen so far this season in any Canuck game. The Canucks don't have the horses to keep up. I think this team can be coached into playing good defensive hockey, right? It hasn't happened to Adam Foote.
No, they're not. No way, Trevor. It's over. This team cannot play defense. Adam Foote, he's clueless. Like, I don't know.
But this team should be able to play defense, Kyle. They have the same pieces in place as last year. Like, that's more of an Adam Foote thing than it is a Vancouver Canucks thing, in my opinion.
I don't think Adam Foote, the guy who's making excuses about injuries, the real excuses and about the center position and the lack of practices and it's a congested schedule. Like, I just don't think this guy has, like, I don't know if he's taken the extra time to try to figure this out for real. I think he's kind of like gone to bed with, like, yeah, we'll figure it out in practice. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know if this team can play defense for real. Like, it's, again, they've had third and fourth string goaltenders being hung out to dry. Like, where's the respect? But yo, Trevor, let's not be assholes. Speaking of being assholes, let us know in the comments. I want to read a lot of comments about this question right here. Again, if you came for the X's and O's about that game, you're the wrong place. That was pond hockey. It was a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, Trevor, it's game 24. I know there's been a lot of animosity around the Canucks. Our Discord was going off about this topic earlier today. And I posted in there. I was like, yo, I know we've talked a lot of shit about the Canucks, but I want the Canucks to win tonight. It's too early for me to hope that this team loses. And if you're on that wagon, I don't blame you. Again, this team has been so bad for years and years and years and years and years and years and years. But again, I don't know if it's because it's the holidays. I'm still open to being proven wrong. If that means I can be entertained during these games and like being invested. I was at the gym watching this game and I'm standing by the machine fully changed, ready to go. And I'm just nervous. And I'm happy that I'm still nervous about the outcome of these games. And again, this is coming from me. I've been pessimistic and depressed about this team, but at game 24, Trevor, it's hard for me to like hope that they lose. Maybe in game 50, game 55, we're playing tankathon, but right now, I don't know, Trevor, like, is it okay for Canucks fans who still want to rebuild and who still want like transition? Is it okay for that fan to still like, I don't know, be invested in the games?
100% it is, Kyle. And I think the reason right now why you don't want to cheer for losses is because of Quinn frickin' Hughes on this team. And look, man, I mean, you can cheer for the rebuild, you can cheer for losses all you want, but Kyle, every day is no. And you've said this on the show this week and in past episodes. Even if you tank and you get the first overall pick, there is a good goddamn chance you don't get a player on this team like Quinn Hughes again. And we all know that Quinn Hughes may have his eye somewhere else in the future. Although Frank Saravalli, man, trying to bump up this market, man. Frank Saravalli trying to endear himself to Canuck fans once again. But as long as you have Quinn Hughes on this team, you want to see wins, you want to see success, you want to see a turnaround. Kyle, you're talking to the guy this week who pitched an episode about how the Vancouver Canucks could be like the 2018-19 St. Louis Blues, if there's any similarities there, which there are some similarities, man. Go check out that episode if you haven't already. So, look, man, I'm not here to gatekeep fans, but I will say I'm a Canucks fan. I do want to see this team win. I do want to see this team have success. I don't want to see them finish as the worst freaking team in the NHL. Even though it's better for the long-term picture, I don't want to sit here and watch a bunch of losses. And honestly, looking at this team with Quinn Hughes, with Elias Pettersson, two players who played good games tonight, there is some top talent on this team. And I know a lot of teams have talent, but there's talent on this team right now, Kyle.
There's talent and there's this and that. And there's a lot of, I think I can say this word because I always hear it on the radio now, like bitching and moaning about this team. But again, just a little too early for me, again, to just want to tank. I think that I think when it's like game 55 and game 16, the Canucks are still like 27th or 26th or whatever. Then it's kind of easier to cheer for the losses or just kind of like be invested in the standings that way, but tonight was fun. And I think a lot of that had to do with, again, it being pond hockey, but dude, it's game 24. It's game 24. You never know. And even me, listeners, you may think I'm being hypocritical or I'm all over the place. Yo, if you're thinking that, you're 100% right. But I'm also a Canucks fan. 24/7 in November, I'm telling you, I'm watching these games, hoping that they win. That being said, you brought up St. Louis. I'm telling you, the Canucks are not going to consistently win games unless they fire Adam Foote this year. That's just the truth. Comments. Cito saying, I want Quinn to remain a Canuck till he's 40, aka I'm assuming, Cito's, and Cito's is in the Discord. He's probably the leader of the Discord right now, silently, because he's poised, he's calm, and he's just holding down the positivity. And we talked about Quinn Hughes earlier today. There was that report. He's 100% committed to the Canucks. We talked about how maybe the lottery and winning the lottery at the end of the year may convince Quinn to stay for a couple more years because there's more talent on the team. And we brought up the fact that maybe Frank Saravelli isn't misreporting the information that he heard today based on the fact that Quinn has been trying his ass off game in and game out for this losing organization. And he's playing 30 minutes a game, and it's an Olympic year. He's risking injury because he's hurt right now. He's still hurt. This guy's always hurt, but he's trying his ass off playing 30 minutes a game, trying to get this team to win games. And it's that's the proof. This guy has blue and green in his blood. And Trevor, before we end off the first segment, I don't give a puck. That felt like a Quinn Hughes legacy game. It really did. He only finished with 1 assist, but that's because Filip Hronek doesn't want to shoot the puck, and nobody can score on a breakaway on this team. And Quinn Hughes was magnificent today. Absolutely superb, Trevor. So much to the point where I'm like, oh my God. At one point I was like, and this is another guy we're going to talk about a lot on report cards, but Tom Olander and Quinn Hughes could do some damage for years and years and years and years and years to come, and Filip Hronek. But all that being said, talk about Quinn Hughes a bit before we go to the second segment, because with all the noise, I was just like, that's my captain. And he did the most today.
Yeah, it kind of seems like John Shorthouse or Brendan Batchelor are almost bored when Quinn Hughes makes the spin play. It's like Quinn Hughes spins at the blue line again. You know what I mean? It's become commonplace that we're just used to Quinn Hughes just spinning at the blue line and shaking at the defender on the opposing team. I mean, he is such a special player, Kyle. And look, like you said, just 1 assist tonight, but he's still, 22 points now in 19 games, I believe. I don't have that in front of me, but over a point a game player. I know he's missed a handful of games here, but to me, he's the best defenseman in the NHL, hands down. I know Cale Makar is putting up more offensive numbers. Cale Makar also plays most of his shifts with Nathan McKinnon, who's arguably the best player in the NHL, at least this season. Quinn Hughes is such a special player, and so is Filip Hronek too. We'll touch on him in report card as well, but Filip Hronek with another great game as well.
Trevor, man. Okay, first of all, I just saw a comment that just shook this whole episode because you're onto something. But before I go off, before I read the comment, Trevor, Quinn Hughes should have 6 assists in his last 2 games. Look at what he did against Calgary. Look how many chances he gave his players to score goals. They couldn't do anything. And then today, there's so many chances for people to just get banging the goal here and there. And they couldn't do it. And whatever. Quinn got 1 assist. That being said, before we get to the break, let's read this. Again, a couple days ago, Trevor compared the St. Louis Blues and their Stanley Cup season to what the Vancouver Canucks are doing right now. And the parallels were scary. And one parallel that you missed out on, because obviously you couldn't think of this one, was this one right here, Trevor. Read it out, buddy. Read it out and get your break.
First off, the round of applause. Well, no, I'll say it first. Mike Laval in the comments, Disturb TV. Nikita Tolopilo is 2019 Jordan Binnington for sure. Oh, for sure, bud. Oh, man. I mean, look, the St. Louis Blues were not a good team, and they had a goalie come out of nowhere, and they won the freaking Stanley Cup. And I know that they're the anomaly. I'm very well aware of that, but go check out that episode if you haven't already. There are some key differences, but also some interesting parallels between this Vancouver Canucks team and that St. Louis Blues team. All right, Kyle, let's get our heads out of our ends. Stop dreaming. Shout out a couple sponsors, and we'll be back on the other side here on Locked On Canucks. Oh, man, let's shout out our friends over at Monarch Money, baby. Most people can't even name what their financial accounts are whether it's an RSP, a TFSA, an RESP, some property. It's easy to lose track, and that means leaving money on the table. Kyle, you and I can't do that as podcasters, man. Come on.
We can't do that as boyfriends.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And that's why, Kyle, you and I have started
Your
using
husband, I'm
Monarch.
a boyfriend. I don't want to confuse the people. What I was trying to say there, we got partners in our lives, so I'm not saying they're all gold diggers, but do the math.
Yeah, gotta watch out for them gold diggers and make sure you use Monarch Money, okay? Get your finances in order. Monarch Money helps you organize your accounts, track your spending, and get a better handle on your investments without ever having to touch a spreadsheet. And man, oh man, it's helped my life in so many ways because Monarch, you can combine your accounts with your partners on Monarch. I combine my accounts with my wife's, and that means less stress and it means more lovemaking. With less stress, I can last 43 seconds longer in the sack. Let's go. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use code LOCKEDONNHL at monarch.com for 50% off your first year. That's monarch.com, code LOCKEDONNHL for half off of your first year, baby. Man, oh man, let's shout out our friends over at Doer. As Kyle Bhawan says, do the Doer, baby. And Kyle, you know why the Canucks won today?
Because I prayed.
And also because you wore your Doer jeans, man. You were a miserable grump yesterday because you didn't wear your Doer jeans. And now you put on the Doer jeans, and look, it's hump day. You're feeling good. You're feeling fresh. You didn't bring all that negative energy to the show earlier today, and the Canucks won a goddamn hockey game. Let's go, Doer. Let's go, Kyle Bhawan. Doer, they make the most comfortable jeans in the world. Not only are they comfortable, they're also stylish, okay? I can wear them to the rink. I can wear them to dinner. I can wear them hanging out with Kyle Bhawan, and I can wear them playing with my kids. These jeans have 5 times the stretch of traditional denim. I can sleep in these bad boys, baby. Let's go. And they also got the Cool Max Energy that regulates your body temperature and wicks moisture below the belt, keeping you cool and comfortable as the temperature changes. Doer, they make the best goddamn jeans in the world. Go check them out online or here in Vancouver at 1757 West 4th Avenue. Pick up a pair for yourself or as an amazing holiday gift. Mention our promo code LOCKEDONCanucks in store to get 15% off your first order. Or check them out online at duer.ca/LockedOnCanucks for 15% off. That's duer.ca/LockedOnCanucks.
Okay, we back doing this, talking about your Vancouver Canucks. Let us know in the comments. Where are you with the Canucks right now? Do you want them to lose these games or win these games? I ran a poll on Twitter, and I think like 75% people said, we don't want them to win tonight. And again, some people in the Discord thinking the same way. And I'm not judging. I'm just saying, again, I'm not there yet, only because it's one thing to be entertained watching the game, but having some skin in it in November is something that I just want. Okay, just a little. I'm getting older in life, and I don't want to the moral victory stuff. Don't give me that stuff till like February at minimum. Okay. Anyways, comment. Man, a lot of Fijian people in the comments, man. KP saying, I think Kyle is influencing me to get a what was KP's name? No.
Yeah, curly penis.
No, Kanil Prakash. Come on, man.
Yeah, my bad.
Kanil Prakash. Okay. Come on, man. I think Kyle's influencing me to get a Quinn Hughes jersey. I agree with this point. Trevor, let me ask you a question. Do you think Fijian people celebrate Christmas? Because maybe he's getting one for Christmas. Do you know this? Do you know how Fijians invented Christmas?
I mean, I got you a Christmas present last year, so everything I know assumes that, yeah, they do.
Wait, hold up. What did you get me for Christmas?
Remember, I snuck. We went out for the Locked On Canucks Christmas party, you and I paid for the bill, man. There you go, man. There you go.
Whatever, man. Next
Sports bar.
Sorry, I cut you off. What did you say there?
I said, yeah, a few beers deep. Watch the Canucks game. That was another surprise win against Columbus. Boom, bam, man. The BJs that night were on me. What?
What? Oh. The jumble. Okay, you know what? Look at this Bags, man. Yeah, the mustache, you got to shave that thing off and just be a little PG, okay? Come on, man. You're getting a little crazy there. Anyways, James Moore is saying, just enjoy the hockey. Enjoy Quinn Hughes' talent. Enjoy Connor Garland's hustle. Enjoy the effort when they show up. Lighten up, people. Thank you, James Moore. Sometimes you are like an uncle to the program. Do you know how to say uncle in Fijian Hindu in Findu?
No, do you?
There's multiple ways. Of course I do. What do you think I'm stupid?
I've never heard you say it before. I want to learn.
You think I'm a commercialized Fijian person living in Canada? Come on, kaka, mama, dada. Come on, man. Come on, dude. I'm that guy, dude. Trevor, look at James Moore's comment. We already gloated about Quinn Hughes. We're about to gloat about Tom Willander in the report cards, but dude, Garland deserves his own segment for what he did tonight. That was a beautiful goal. Talk about it.
Yeah, there was multiple Denny Savard references. I'm like, man, look at the 1980s references coming out here. But I mean, what a move, right? What a move on that second goal. The deke around the Ducks defender, the backhand sauce top shelf on Peter Mrazek. And look, we haven't talked about it yet. I don't want to say the Canucks got lucky facing a backup goalie because look, Lucas Dostal has been great for the Ducks, but Peter Mrazek has also been sneaky great against the Canucks throughout his career. But look, Connor Garland is a guy that I don't say we've forgotten about in this market because he had such a hot start, kind of cooled down a bit when he came back from injury. But he's a hell of a hockey player, man. And we've been talking about this guy as the best Canucks forward on this team over the past year and change with Elias Pettersson struggling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, he was electric tonight for the Vancouver Canucks. And if the Canucks do trade Connor Garland, again, I think it's an outside chance, I would say, because of the extension, because of the fact that he committed to the city. It's going to be a loss, right? And you want to be in full rebuild mode if that's happening because Connor Garland is a hell of a hockey player to watch.
On that note, I wonder if like the Ducks would be interested in Connor Garland. And speaking of which, I mean, you brought this up on the earlier episode. Go check it out. Trevor brought up the Anaheim Ducks possibly because he read a comment. Trevor brought up how the Ducks possibly would be interested in Quinn Hughes. And I'm telling you, what the Ducks saw today was the best version of Quinn Hughes. Maybe a couple of defensive lapses, like the Ducks are just that good, and the Canucks again don't know how to play defense. One of the worst coach teams in hockey. But like what the Ducks saw was, I don't know, like what would they actually give up to get Quinn Hughes? Because he just like that was just an unreal performance. Anyways, let's go to report cards. Hey Trevor, I'm gonna rush through these because you talk too much. Somebody told me that. Okay, I'm gonna leave Tom Willander till the very end. Okay, Brock Besser, I'm gonna give him a C. I'm actually gonna give Brock a C+ today. I know we got an assist on the Garland goal, but just still too many turnovers on the power play. Not as crisp as I want him to be. Connor Garland, give him an A. Archie Baines makes a great play on the first goal of the game. Was it the second? Linus Karlsson. I don't know why. This game was jacked.
I'm gonna stop you quick on Archie Baines. Archie Baines, Linus Karlsson, Max Hassan. They didn't allow a shot on net tonight when they were on the ice. All shots, all expected goals. I know their usage defines that a little bit, but Archie Baines, again, he's a fringe NHL player. Like let's not mistake ourselves. But that line tonight when they were on the ice in limited minutes, they were great. And they were largely against Bennett Seneke and Leo Carlson and Cutter Gauthier. So they were against good competition when they were on the ice.
Yeah.
I just want to shout them out. I'd be giving them all like B's or higher.
Okay, yeah, I would give Archie Baines a B+ just because he gets the assist. I feel like his minutes got chopped like so much. I don't know why Evander Kane has to play so many 5-on-5 minutes if like you can't give Archie like a couple more. Like it just.
Yeah, he had 5 minutes of ice time tonight, 4:58.
And how much did Evander Kane play today?
Evander Kane played 16:25.
Yeah, a little bit less. And okay, whatever. We're not gonna go in on that. Philip Roenick, I'm gonna give him a B+. I would have given him maybe an A-. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna give him a B. The overall team defense just needs to be better. It's hard to get a B+ here, and he missed that open net. Like, what are you doing? That was just you did all the work there, and like, what are you doing, Philip Roenick? That was just a bad look. Okay, Drew O'Connor, I'm gonna give him a B-. I actually thought he was trying to do too much at some points. But he picks up the empty netter. That's a big goal. It really is.
Adam Foote called him on post game too. He didn't name check him, but he said we can't be taking penalties 200 feet away from our net. And what does Drew O'Connor do? High sticks a guy with 7 minutes left in the game in a tie game. Like that was. I'm sure this guy is grabbing his balls in the penalty box, saying like, "Please, for the love of God, don't score."
Honestly.
But then he wins a face-off that leads to the game-winning goal, so he made up for it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Like he kind of made up for it at the end, but and he's been so good prior to the Calgary game. So, anyways, Is this DPD up next? No, yeah, it's DPD. Elias Pettersson. Poor guy had to play with Tyler Myers today, but to be honest, he's looked like Tyler Myers a lot this season. And Trevor, we'll pause here for a bit. I'm going to give him a C-. And I want to ask you this, it's time to make the switch, right? It's Mancini in and DPD playing some time in the AHL to get his confidence back. That's just me. The Canucks are too chaotic. They can't play D. They're not well coached. I don't know how this guy finds his confidence. He's got the yips right now.
Yeah, I mean, my only hesitation with that is I feel like Victor Mancini, I said this last season, in some ways is similar to Tyler Myers, right? He's a better skater, but he does love to take risks to bring the puck up the ice. But I'm also down for it because in the AHL, he was able to recover and still defend properly. So I think Mancini has earned the right. DPD, I would say you're right, Kyle. He's probably playing his way out of this lineup right now.
Yeah,
he's not been great. He's been better than P.O. Joseph. So it's not like there's better options on the sidelines right now. But yeah, I would be down to sit DPD and play Mancini for a bit.
Yeah, and what is Tyler Myers doing? We'll get to Tyler Myers soon, okay? Anyways, Marcus Pettersson, let's give him a C+. Elias Pettersson, let's give him a B+. Quinn Hughes, a double A+. Kiefer Sherwood, I thought he was all over the ice today. I'm giving this guy an A. Atu Ratu, C+. Just boneheaded penalty. Also, boneheaded non-pass in the third period when he has a guy streaking towards the net. Just a stupid play. He's got to be better. And then, speaking of I was about to make.
I was going to say, I think it might. I'm trying to look it up right now. I think that might have been a season low ice time for Ratu, only 7:16 tonight.
Bro, it's just, again, today was not a good look for him. Tyler Myers, man. I'm giving this guy a C-, man. And on one of the first plays of the game, this guy bumps into DPD, making his life a living hell. Just sets the tone. And I think I'm onto something. Again, DPD was already playing a little shaky going into this game, and he's been shaky for most of the season, to be honest, like most of the decor. But Tyler Myers, man, he has an ability to just drag people down with him, and he's got to be better. He just got to be better. C- for him. Max Hassan, a B+, huge goal. David Camp, that was probably his most noticeable game, but still, I don't know, just a B for me. Jake DeBrusk, he played today? Jake DeBrusk played today?
Man, we said this a lot last season too. This guy, I know he wasn't really on the score sheet tonight, but he kind of finds a way onto the score sheet, and you're like, what? He actually played 18-20 tonight, Kyle.
Yeah. C+ for him. Evander Kane, C+, a big goal, but just too many turnovers again, and we've already been down that path. Oh, Linus Karlsson, A-. What am I doing here? He takes a stupid penalty too. I think it was goaltender interference, tripping the goalie. But what?
He has 4 goals in his last 8. I know we're doing report cards in the game, but 4 goals in his last 8 games, Kyle. It's impressive stuff from Linus Karlsson.
Oh yeah, he's an NHLer, and you know why? You know why you shouldn't listen to the show Locked On Canucks? Because I was so wrong about Linus Karlsson. Okay, and Nikita Tolopoulos, Tyrannosaurus Rex, Tolopilo is getting an A-. Okay, that was report cards. Oh yeah, we got Tom Willander, right? I'm giving him an A, and I want to talk about him more on the other side. Okay, you're listening to Locked On Canucks.
Man, oh man. All right, before we get back to it, let's shout out our friends over at FanDuel. I said this today earlier on Locked On Canucks. The Vancouver Canucks underdogs tonight. It hasn't been often that they've been underdogs against the Anaheim Ducks in recent years, but they were plus 130 on the money line tonight. So round of applause for those of you who had the balls or just the absolute stupidity to take the Canucks on the money line tonight. Let's go. FanDuel doing it all, man. If you want to bet on NHL, NFL, NBA, whatever it is, Kyle, your Green Bay Packers playing tomorrow, man. Get 10-second vibe check for you.
It's 10 in the morning. I got to pack up my bags and go to Toronto 12 hours later. It's going to be a busy morning. Go Pack Go, though. Big game against the Lions. Micah Parsons, he's going to turn into a beast. And Trevor, who wins in a battle in the animal kingdom? A lion or a beast?
A lion.
What?
No, I might take the Packers tomorrow, man. I mean, the Lions just barely beat the Giants, but whether you're feeling like the Green Bay Packers or you want to bet on a completely different sport, go check it all out on FanDuel. Whether it's betting on the game, the live in-game bets, or the same game parlays, they got it all. And you can bet $300 now on FanDuel, or get $300 in bonus bets when your first $5 bet wins. Go check it out on FanDuel and download the FanDuel app. today.
Okay, we back doing this, talking about your Vancouver Canucks. The Canucks win tonight. Feels good. We had some fun tonight. One step closer to proving you and me. And actually, Trevor's been more optimistic than me. I'm not going to put Trevor on the bus with me, but proving a lot of us wrong because they may be the next St. Louis Blues, man, for real. That's what I'm hearing. Anyways, hit the like button. Support the show. Christmas is tomorrow. Do the math. Trevor called me a little boy. I got to step it up and buy my girl something nice for Christmas. Trevor, again, apparently doesn't think highly of me. Anyways, comments. Look at this comment from James Moore. Like, where is it? Okay, remember how I was saying, I asked Trevor how to say uncle in Findu, Fijian Indian? And I said mama, kaka, dada, but I didn't say chacha. That's another way to say it, okay? And James Moore, low-key Fijian? I don't know. But anyways, we also got another comment from Too Short, another Fijian guy, saying Quinn Hughes is our Aja, our grandpa. I never met any of my grandpas, Trevor. You never talked to me about that. You got to work on your friendship, Trevor, honestly. Okay?
I don't think you talked to me about my grandpas either, actually. That's a talk for after the show.
Okay. Okay, KPCA Quinn Hughes is our kaka. Oh, God. Okay, one love to our grandpas. Okay, one love to our Ajas. And Ajis, and just what Trevor, can we talk about Tom Willander? Because we went to a dark place there. I'm giving Tom Willander again an A for tonight's performance. 2 assists, not perfect, but making the right plays here and there, and to do so after somewhat struggling against the Calgary Flames, right? You could say that a couple nights ago. For him to be a bit more poised today and just bring it in again, get 2 assists. 2 really good assists, one of them being a quote-unquote primary assist, the other one making a great play defensively to get the puck over to Garland before Garland ends up like finishing off the Besser play and whatnot, just via poke check in the defensive zone. Anyways, go watch the play. Really subtle, really good. And I wonder, Trevor, and this is a bold question. What is there a chance the Canucks defense core is way better by this one simple fix, and that's playing Tom Willander way more than Tyler Myers? Seriously. No, seriously, it's 2025. It's not 2012. Stop using Tyler Myers as a top 4 defenseman. And look at what happened on the 4th goal of the game for the Ducks today. Like, I know there were 7 seconds left and you don't want to like over-evaluate, but this guy's still stumbling behind the net. I feel like the pressure is never good for Tyler Myers to handle. So less is more. And I think the Canucks can take the next step defensively in their game this season by just making that subtle fix. And that's playing Tom Willander way more than Tyler Myers, because I think the sample size is actually big enough for them to do this on a team that's ranked 29th in hockey.
I will say, like, as much as you're glazing Tom Willander, giving him an A tonight, like, there was some learning moments for Tom Willander tonight. What I like about Tom Willander is that when he does get beat or loses the puck, he closes on a guy really quick. He doesn't pull the Tyler Myers where it's like you slip on a banana in Mario Kart and go, whoa, and you're just like miles away from the play. Like, he closes on guys really quick. But there have been learning moments for Tom Willander in the NHL, I think, over the past few games, where he's losing the puck, maybe just not getting it out in time. And like, he was kind of caved in terms of possession tonight. But overall, like, this is a guy who just played his 14th NHL game. He played 14:48 tonight. I think that's the 4th most he's played in a game so far in his NHL career. And look, this is a guy that's got a lot of tools to be a successful top 4 defenseman in the NHL. And for a team like the Canucks, that is in the standings, at least, I know where the vibes are good right now. In terms of the standings, one of the worst teams in the NHL. And you got Tyler Myers, who's the oldest guy on the team. Like, I think there's positives, and I think it makes sense to play Tom Willander more than Tyler Myers.
Yeah, dude.
Tyler Myers has just not been good this season. As much as he's had moments breaking the puck in and kind of making some dekes in the offensive zone, he's been horrendous defensively. Like, back to the Oliver Ekman-Larsson Canucks level bad for Tyler Myers. And for me, I would say Tom Willander has earned that opportunity to have top 4 minutes above him. Now, that being said, tonight with Marcus Pettersson, it was, again, there were some learning moments. Like, this guy isn't just like a surefire top 4 defenseman right now in the NHL, but he's shown enough to at least like have earned the opportunities in my eyes.
Because he's better than Tyler Myers. And don't you want to give this guy more of a look this season and give him more of a role based on the fact that you may not have to have Quinn Hughes moving forward? No, I'm being serious. Like, give him the reps. And I brought up this theory too. Like I said it earlier, like Quinn Hughes, Tom Melander, Philip Roenick, that's exciting moving forward. That being said, like, I wonder if you give Tom Melander more ice time. Like, I wonder if like Quinn Hughes starts to notice that too, and like starts noticing how good this guy is, and that's another reason why Quinn Hughes may want to stick around. Like, because I don't know. I just think Tom Melander is really good, man. I'm actually just super duper impressed with this guy for real. And you made up a good point. Like anytime he gets beaten, he's able to like skate back, do his thing. It doesn't always work, but his stick checking is really good too. You know, just madly impressed with Tom Melander.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And let's shut out a comment or two before we get out of here on Locked On Canucks, Kyle. Man, oh man, I love all the listeners of Locked On Canucks. I especially love the haters sometimes, man. I'm going to shout out Alan Leclerc here. Tyler Myers, one of the most beloved and respected players on the team. You guys say you're true fans that you bash this guy all the time. If Myers go down, you guys will learn. Look, man, I've been in that dressing room. I've talked to Tyler Myers. Tyler Myers is actually one of my most favorite guys to talk to. Like, he doesn't just give you the cookie cutter answers. Like, he's actually down to earth. You can joke with the guy. But I also, Kyle, you asked me, am I more fan or am I more reporter? I want to see this team win more than anything else in the world, man. I'm more fan than I am reporter, and I'm going to call it like I see it. And as much as I like Tyler Myers as a player, and as much as I think he's a leader in that dressing room, there are a lot of moments where he's not that good on the ice, man. And if you're talking about, again, aside from that, because he has good moments out there too, if you're looking at this Canucks team right now and you're a fan and you want to win a Stanley Cup, Tyler Myers is probably not a part of that. Tom Melander has a chance to be a part of that. And as a 20-year-old in the NHL right now, he's showing things out there that give you hope that this guy can be a top 4 fixture for this team when they're a legitimate Stanley Cup contender. So that is part of the reason I'm excited about Tom Melander in Canucks colors. And honestly, he's exceeded my expectations compared to where I thought he'd be after I sat there at training camp, watched every single practice during training camp, watched all the preseason games, and thought, like, this guy's farther away than I thought. He's come in and learned really quickly on the fly for your Vancouver Canucks here.
Yeah, and you know, I talk a lot about Tyler Myers. I do. But the Canucks also play Tyler Myers a lot. It's 2025. What are we doing? What are we doing? So play him less, A, and I'll talk about him less, and B, he's probably going to be a better player. Like, again, when the Canucks need to hold a lead in games that they play in the NHL, 90% of the time, Tyler Myers is on the ice. Like, when are we going to stop? Can we stop doing that? That's just me. That's just me. Like, stop that. And I think there's this love affair, right? Adam Foote, an old school guy, big right-handed defenseman who can skate. I get it, but it's 2025. That's all I'm saying. And the Canucks have been a bad defensive team for a lot of years, outside of the last year and a half, I guess, or the last 2 years. Tyler Myers has been a Canuck for like 7 or 8 years now. Like, it feels like that, 7 years. I just think that, like, not playing him as a top 4 guy is like what this team needs to do to move forward. You want to talk about getting younger? How about acting a little younger? And it's 2025, not 2012. Anyways, that was another episode of Locked On Canucks. We had somebody actually in the comments who played with Tyler Myers, BML0001. He's also telling me that I suck too. He's saying that this podcast is horrible, which means, and you've been commenting all episode long, so that means we'll see him tomorrow, Trevor.
Let's go, man. I'll look this up quickly because I know Tyler Myers was kind of down there in terms of expected goals for differential and on-ice goal for differential. Tyler Myers, before tonight, had been on the ice for -20 in terms of goal differential. Only 3 players in the entire league have been worse. That's Andre Mangiapane at Edmonton, Jake Evans in Montreal, Mackenzie Weegar in Calgary. So Tyler Myers -20 in terms of the goal differential. Oh, I mean, again, you can hate the takes all you want, but this guy has not been good this season.
Yeah, just play him less.
But the Canucks were great today. Nikita Tolopilo was great today. Tolopoulos the third, man. I thought he was extinct 65 million years ago, but here he came tonight with one of the best rookie performances from any Canucks goaltender. Let's go, baby. And it's great talking about a win, man. Great talking about a win with you, Kyle. And shout out to you and you for joining us here. I Locked On Canucks. If you like what we're doing, go share the episode with a friend, a colleague, your mom on YouTube. You can like the show. It helps us out a lot. You can also subscribe to the channel. Even better. On the podcast side, go follow us. Leave a 5-star review. I'm Trevor Beggs. That guy's Kyle Bhawan. Canucks win 5-4 over the Anaheim Ducks. And you've been listening to Locked On Canucks.
Merry Christmas, Tyler Myers. Love you, bud.
You're Locked On Canucks, your daily podcast on the Vancouver Canucks. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.